This playthrough is rated E for everyone.
Ah, what a sad business. A delicate child snatched from his home by a demon. The unbearable anguish of his poor father. Oh, flesh of my flesh, my own blood, my only son. A cursed castle standing in a hostile country, inhabited by a dreadful demon who's the incarnation of all evil. But all is not lost. Because two outstanding heroes will try their luck.
We find ourselves once again in a puzzle adventure type of game with Goblins! Greetings and salutations, viewers. Vauldemare here with another new game, and this time it's Goblins 2! They actually took out one eye in the title in this version. But yeah, this is the sequel to Goblins. In this game, it's quite a bit different from the first one, though with the same charm and art style and everything from before. This was made by Cocktail Vision in 1992, although the English version I'm playing came out, I think, in 94. Same exact group. I think they added a few extra guys here. But let's go over what's different from this one. As you can tell, the main screen is a bit more, not as a bit open here. As you can see, this whole blank box here. Well, this is for dialogue now. Yeah, this game has dialogue in it and a conversation. I think depending on which version you got, there was a version you can have with no talking for those who computers back in the day who didn't have a good Sound Blaster card or whatever. Man, remember that? You could still get an idea of how to play the game through the animations of the characters, and there would be a dialogue box here to tell what they said and whatever. There's also no health bar here, so we can make as many mistakes as we want and not have to worry about resetting the game. But we have a new feature now. We can actually save the game in this version. So now all we have to do is just click on the floppy disk here, save, load, quit, and version, and it just tells you which version of the game we're playing here, as you can see there. And those are the people who made the game. This is version 2.01, although I think that's modified from the current version I'm playing from GOG. And yeah, it has the people who made the game, and yeah, Pierre Gilhodes came back to do his art again. Awesome. Now, if you actually don't like the font in the game, you can actually change it now. See, we have four different font styles here. I'm going to stick with the standard font just because it's a bit easier to read. I do like, different type of boxes and stuff like that with like how they look, but for my purposes, I need glasses to read, so I need something as easy as can be to read. So we're just gonna keep on that. You can also check the date. It's actually tied to the date of my current computer, so I tell you what time I recorded this. So the top of the screen here, other than having those two things, we have this little Joker character here. What this guy is that if you have trouble in this game, he'll give you pretty much an obvious hint on how to solve a current solution. Right now we don't have any Jokers because it's not too difficult. Now this game is actually a bit more difficult from a puzzle side from the previous game, despite this being a sequel. Usually sequels get easier, but in this case, I wouldn't say it's super hard, but it's harder than the first game. Because in the first game, there were only really so many things you can do. There were a couple of different outcomes, but for the most part, it was pretty straightforward what you had to do. Here, you can figure out what to do, but there's so many other so many other things you have to go through to solve something that it's not as obvious, so it might take a little bit to get to. But you click this guy when you get some. There's only a handful of jokers in the game, so but all you have to do really is save the game, use a joker, then load your save, and boom, you got it. So, you know. But anyway, we also have a notepad here. Yeah, I wrote a note on this earlier just to see if it worked. I was just kind of making fun here. But yeah, you can make any notes in the game. Unfortunately, there's no underline there, so I have no idea like what spot I am until I clear out the whole thing, or if I wait a hot minute. But this is the notepad. This is what you use to write notes on if you have forgotten where you are at the point of the game. I shouldn't have to use it, but that's there, which is nice. Or you could get a scrap of paper and just write it by hand. But hey, we also have an inventory screen. Right now it's empty. We also have this box here, which means exchange of objects, which means you can exchange between the two friends by clicking on them, and then you can swap out items. This saves you from just clicking on the person, using right click to get to the inventory, moving it to the other character and giving it to him. This saves you a lot of process to do that. We also have the movement box. What this does is it takes you to different locations. Yes, there are different locations in this game, in this version of this game, and there's no code for every time you move in between screens. That's why this game is a little bit more difficult, because the whole puzzle and sections are based on multiple screens at once. So you're not just solving everything on this screen, go into another screen, solving that. No, you have to go to maybe do something here, go to another screen, do that, and then come right back and get something. You know what I mean? So it takes a little bit more to get used to. But anyway, you got our two heroes here. Fingus, who's the more prim and proper, probably the smartest of the two, and polite of the two friends. And he has different way of solving puzzles and how he speaks to people. Then we got Winkle here. Winkle is probably the dumbest and crudest of them all. He can't solve certain puzzles, obviously, and like I said, he's a bit more. I don't know if I say crass is the word, but with like how he reacts to people and stuff like that. So that's how you're gonna solve the puzzle, by having them work together to save the Prince Buffoon himself. Yippee. So before we go on, let me go to the desktop here, and I want to show off the manual for this. And this is the cover art for the game when you buy the box. Yeah, they kind of don't look the same as the in-game thing, but I guess that's just how it is. Either that, or unless the French translation has them look differently. But yeah, Winkle Winkle is not purple and everything like that. Look at that. And then yeah, that's Fergus right there. So, But anyway. Yeah, this is a little manual you got with the game when you first bought it. I'm only going to read like the story part of it. So, Yikes, the king has gone berserk. Someone has kidnapped his son. The governess, who was with him at the time, saw him being carried off by a bat-like winged creature. Will the young boy be able to live through the horrendous treatment of the brutal torture master? His captor is a horrible demon named Omniac. Wait, wasn't there a guy in the previous game called Niak? Yeah, that's probably not. He lives in a faraway, distant land. In fact, it is so distant that it can only be reached by magic. Dominic, a powerful warrior king, has also been seized by the demon Omniac. Omniac is seeking revenge against the noble king Englif, who defeated him 50 years earlier in hand-to-hand combat. Now Omniac has made the king's son, the prince, his jester. Driven by despair, Anglifir rushes off to see Madmanus. The wise man hoped that he'll be able to find the child with his magical powers. Help wanted. The king is looking for a few good adventurers. Who else would apply for this outrageous journey through a cornucopia of crazy and silly situations than our two misguided but talented goblins, Fingus and Winkel? They have completely opposite personalities, but they work amazingly well together. They are as prepared to rescue the king's precious child from the clutches of the cunning demon as they are to battle a ferocious dragon in the name of honor and glory. Fingus is a serious, polite, and careful little fellow. Winkle is an oddball, a joker, and a reckless comic. Before teleporting them, Madmanus gives them his last words of advice. I'm going to send you off by magic to the little village adjoining the castle. All the inhabitants of this village, with the exception of a few privileged individuals, are dying of starvation and thirst. First of all, go and pay a visit to Tazar, my colleague, who is the village magician. He's a bit grumpy, but full of common sense. And technically, this other paragraph tells you a bit more about the story, like spoilers, but I'm going to go and read it anyway. But if you don't want to know spoilers for what's about to happen, I guess you could skip a couple of seconds. This demon is a funky dude. The evil demon Ammoniac has built a moat around the castle and he decides who may come in and who may leave. The wise man Soka is immune to the ill doings of Ammoniac and mediates day and night to try and exorcise the little village. Since Ammoniac took over the little world around the castle, he's turned the good citizens' lives upside down. Tom, the master clockmaker, has had his melodious clock chimes turned into a harsh tick-tock hail. The walking apple tree is now permanently thirsty. And then there's Vivilsart, the music-mad heron, who in an effort to cure his insomnia is looking for mushrooms that will send him to sleep. The castle is guarded by a band of merrymakers who are more stupid than they are dangerous. Ammoniac controls them with an idol they superstitiously hold in great esteem. The king's son, who has now been turned into Prince Buffoon, is not the only prisoner. There's a scientist whom Ammoniac has forced to build a shrinking machine to punish Dominic. Dominic has been shrunk and locked into his own armor. Although the scientist is working for Ammoniac, he is planning to gather out the followers of the fallen king in rebellion. To rescue the prince, you have to get into the throne room. The best way to do this is to use the sea passage beneath the castle. The goblins have to use a combination of magic and science to return Prince to Tazar's house and to his father. So let's get back into the game now. Yippee! Yeah, too bad I couldn't. I guess I could have closed the game off and restarted. But all right, let's. This time in the game, I will go the direct solutions to a point, but I'll also mess around a bit just to show how the game's played and how the two friends like kind of react. So let's click on these flowers and see what Winkle does. Yippee! And he eats it. That's all he does. Oh yeah, this game also actually highlights stuff.
Why are you two noodles looking at me like that?
We're starving. Only the notable has enough to eat.
Yeah, there's actually voice acting from the guys, not just like sound effects or whatever. So, but yeah, he'll eat flowers. This guy will say stuff differently, and then let's have him grab this bottle over here, just to show it off.
We'll have to make these two old billies laugh a bit.
Yep. So yeah, there's and sometimes depending on the solution, sometimes the game will kind of tell you what to do without the Joker. So it's like, and let's just see what happens if I have a Fingus grab the bottle instead, and the reaction.
We'll have to distract the attention of these two poor old toadstools.
Oh, thank you. Oh yeah, and I also forgot to mention in this game everything's highlighted, so now you don't have to guess what you can and can't interact with. It tells you what you can interact with. So we can interact with old men, bottle, flowers, this notable, a switch, and his sausage. I know what I said. But anyway, let's see what Fingus says when he talks to the old man.
Hey, villager, do you know the house of the Lord Tazar? It's at the end of the village. The house with the fountain.
All right, we need to go to the fountain. But like I said, I already generally know the solution to all these, but like I said, I'm just going to play around for a bit just to show differences, but eventually I will solve the puzzle, so.
Dear sir, you look powerful. Could you please help us in this quest?
Oh, what a nice guy, huh? Can I have your sausage? Huh, alright. How about Winkle? What do you say to this notable guy?
It's for a survey. Can I ask you a few questions?
Nope. Alright, we're gonna grab this sausage. Oh, those guys laughed at us, and they seem distracted. I wonder if that's a solution to a problem. Also, there's a switch over here. Let's see what Winkle says when he tries to click it. Yeah, Winkle's not too smart. He doesn't know how to activate that, even though it's a switch. So you have to Fingus push this. Let's see what he does. He opens it up there, and he's like, "You did it!" Now, wait, we're up here. We could clearly get the sausage there. Easy peasy, right? Yeah, for being polite, you could tell he didn't want to laugh, but he laughed anyway at his friend because he got hit. And yeah, this game uses Looney Tunes physics and stuff like that, so. Alright, So how we have to solve this solution is we need to put Fingus over to the old man, but don't click the bottle just yet. And then have Winkle grab the sausage. And then while that happens, he'll get smacked. Then while this happens, grab the bottle. And that's it. So that's the solution for this one. So now he has a bottle in his inventory. So if we right click, we can go back to the cursor. If we right click again, we can choose the bottle to use on stuff. So let's see what happens if I click on you guys. I mean, I know what I need a bottle for, but I'm just... Nope, okay. Didn't think you'd get a reaction to that. And we can also give it to Winkle as well. Actually, we do need to give it to Winkle because it's part of a solution. So we can just have Fingus give Winkle the bottle. So yeah, now he has the bottle because I used the item exchange thing. So let's go to the next map because that's pretty much it for this one. So let's go to the fountain next. Yeah, it's pretty quick and easy. It takes you to the next map. So this map is the Tazar's home. So we've got ourselves a cellar, got ourselves a toad, got ourselves a beautiful looking fountain, and the door itself, and we got a mechanism here and a window. All right. Well, let's see if we can check on the wizard. Oh, another neat thing about this game is that you can actually move both goblins at the same time. So no clicking on one, waiting for them to move, and then going to the next one. No, it allows you. There's enough processing power here, folks. We can now do multiple things at once. My goodness.
Can I help you?
Yeah, we need some help, dude. Save the prince.
Noble wizard, please let me speak to you. No, sorry, I've no time.
Oh. Okay. We'll have to find something else to get down there, so. Alright. Let's have you walk down there. How about you, Winkle? Can you convince the old man to open the door?
Can I help you?
I like how they do a different sound when they pull on the thing.
As a matter of fact, we are salesmen.
No, sorry, I've no time.
Nope, that didn't work. Alright, let's move Winkle over here. Also, let me show you interacting with the cell. We can't do anything with this yet, but just show you what they do when they can't do something. You can tell that they didn't use the same English voice actors for the sound effects, because that does not sound like the English actor at all. So, hey, how about this toad? Can we do anything with him? Oh, he scared me. And I can't do anything with that frog. Or toad. I know frogs and toads are different. How about you, Winkle? What can you do? Yeah, for some reason, besides Winkle, even though Winkle's like a jokester, he actually gets kind of annoyed at you for doing that. So, but anyway, we want to move Winkle over here. Oh, let's interact with the fountain just to see what he does. Oops, come on, interact with the fountain. Interact with the fountain, dude. There we go. Basically saying she's fine. He's like, yeah, she's hot. Okay, let's move you over here. Now, what does Fingus do when he clicks the thing? Oh my! How how haughty. Yeah, he gets super embarrassed because he has to touch her, you know. So anyway, for this next solution, we have to do touch her, and then we have to use the bottle on the water. And that's, yeah. So a lot of these puzzles require you to usually use the friends, and not all of them, but a lot of them will require you to work together to solve the puzzle. So keep that in mind. So that's why we can move them both at the same time. So anyway, let's use the bottle on the toad. Yeah, see, there you go. I think technically you have to use Winkle to do that. I don't think, if I remember correctly, I don't think Fingus does that or something like that. So, yeah, certain characters, you need to use the item on certain ones. So, all right, let's grab the stone here. All right, he's got his stone. So now we need to get into the wizard's house, but he won't talk to us. We have to force our way in. So we need to do something with this mechanism. So next thing we do is we use the stone on the mechanism here. And there you go. So you throw the stone on him. So yeah, like I said, I won't show every single variation of this. It'll give you a reason to play the game, but I wanted to at the beginning kind of show you how the friends react to each other. So, all right, let's get this thing down, this rung, and then we need to use Winkle to get up here. So And there you go. All right. Oh, so there's a chimney and a window. What can you do with a window? Yeah. Wizard pulls us out, so whoops. How about you, Fingus? What do you do when you get to the window? Yeah, Winkle gets like thrown all across the map, but Fingus just kind of gets dropped, so. But anyway, let's mess with the chimney here. Yep, looks like we got kicked out again.
Such persistence. All right, you can come in.
Yeah, he's letting us in now because we bugged him to death on that one. So, all right, let's. I think it's another case. I believe it has to be Winkle that has to do that. So, all right, let's go inside the wizard's abode. Inside you go. Oh, it's bigger on the inside than it is on the outside.
Little goblins, what do you want?
Even the game calls it goblins, even though they don't enunciate it. It's not like goblins is copyright or anything like that, but you know. But anyway, let's interact with this place. Yeah, this is the wizard's house. Let's see, we got a head here. So I'm a skinned creature. I wonder how you're living your life. Let's see, we got a kettle over there. A picture maybe of him in his younger days. Let's see, we also got a cuckoo clock. We got the fireplace. Obviously can't interact with that. So let's talk to the guy and see what you have to say.
Great wizard! Your fellow wizard from Middle-earth has sent us! We must find King Angulathra's son who was kidnapped by a demon! I know about this. It's the ghastly ammoniac who is holding the child. This demon has ousted our good king and reigns in his place.
Well then, sometimes I forget when it actually stops because sometimes it takes a minute for the dialogue to kind of clear. So let's see what Winkle has to say when he talks to him.
Okay, Beardy, tell us where to go and make it snappy.
Yeah, he's not a fan of Winkle because he's kind of a jokester and silly guy. Tricks are for kids and all that stuff. So let's interact with some things before we solve this puzzle. Not a very nice rug, is it? Yeah, Winkle won't cover his mouth before he laughs. He's like, nope, I'm laughing at my friend. He got bit. Yeah, Winkle's like, I'm not a fool. I'm not touching that boy right there. So, all right. So, okay. So let's see. Need to move Fingus over here, and then yeah, there's another part we missed before. There's a tail over here. Let's interact with that. And then quickly grab whatever that is. All right, what do you get? You got matches. Matches, you say? Whatever do we use matches for? Alright, so now that's the first part of the puzzle, and then okay, so let's see, Fingus, I need you to use the bottle on the kettle here. Yeah, we have some, yeah, you'd think we'd be out of water by this point, so we still have whatever it is, so okay. So now we need to use the matches on the bottle or kettle to start lighting it up. And we'll just have to wait a hot second for it to heat up while we. There it is. Oops. Now there's an item there, the spring key. Whoa. All right. Can't grab it yet. It's too hot. Too hot. Yeah, we blow it out. Let's take the kettle. No, can't take the kettle. Oh, okay, fine. We'll just take the key. Yeah, and we have to use ourselves to get the key, and then we have to use the key on the cuckoo clock. Should see what happens if I use Winkle on that. I always forget all the variations of it. So it's supposed to be Fergus, but let's see what Winkle does when he uses the cuckoo clock. Yeah, he does it just fine. You know, I jabbed him in the stomach. What a crude cuckoo clock. Alright. Anyway, let's actually use it again. Okay, I need to have you get down. Okay, what's that key we need to get took too long. Alright. Try that again. We need to actually use the stone on the key that pops up. Boom. Got it. Got that key. Alright. Take the key. Alright, I think that's it for this place. At least for now, anyway, if I recall correctly. So, alright, let's go back outside. Alright, now we need to use the key on the door here. On the cellar door. And get whatever's inside. What is inside? Why, a bottle of wine. Yummy. Yummy. Alright, let's go. Alright, now that we got this bottle of wine, let's head back to the village. Yeah, now that we've actually entered in the wizard's house, if we want to go back to the wizard's house, we now can. To unlock a new area, you have to, other than what the game gives you, if you unlock a new area, you have to actually walk into it to unlock it, as you can see there. So, alright, now that we've got the wine, now we need to do what we did earlier about, like, messing with the switch and everything like that. But now we have a thing that will allow Winkle to actually get the wine, or get the sausage this time, so let's get it up there. Alright, so now that he's up there. Okay, oh, right, I've got a couple other things I need to do first before we do that, so let me... Oops. Okay. I'm going to use the bottle on these flowers here. Oh, come on. There we go. Yeah, for some reason it didn't go over the music, so... Aw, they're all happy. They're all happy and fine, so... Okay, let's go ahead and grab one of these flowers. Because if Fingus does it, or Winkle does it, he'll eat the flowers, so that's why you don't want to... that's why you don't want to have him grab it. Alright, let's take this flower and give it to the notable. Here you go. Now, how do we know that it's supposed to make him go to sleep? Don't tell me, viewers. I don't know. Alright, let's grab the sausage. Now that he's conked out, so... And now we got sausage in our inventory. So yeah, we're going to have quite a few items in our inventory. Not like the last game where you could only grab like one thing and that's it, so... Alright, so now we've done... I think we're done with this area now, so let's head on to the next section, the giant. Alright, let's mess around before we do the solution, so... It's a chicken. I didn't know chicken had teeth. Who knew? This is a strange world indeed. But yeah, we got a chicken here, we got a dog, pothole, wood pile, and it's giant. Alright. See how Winkle interacts with the chicken. Talk to the chicken. Stop choking your chicken there, Winkle. Yeah, obviously it's another time puzzle type of situation here, so. Alright. So let's do that again so we can actually get something from the chicken, so. Yeah, I think it's because Winkle's a little bit more aggressive, so he can kind of, like, Fingus is too polite, so he wouldn't be able to do something like this, so Winkle's just like, well, I'll check the chicken. Oh, did. He's like, no, that's not how it works. Why'd you do that? I'm like, alright, fine. Okay, so let's do that one more time. We actually need to use an item on the chicken. Alright. Use the sausage item. This game's so violent. But, you know, what we learned in the previous series, violence solves everything. So, yeah, you have to smack the chicken in the head to get to the first part, so. This game is silly indeed. Okay. So now we need to get past, now that we've done that, now we need to get past this dog. We can just walk past this dog, right? Yeah, scary. Yeah, he's Fingus is like, nope, I'm not doing that. How about you, Winkle? You're man enough, or goblin enough. Nope. All right, we're not doing that. So we gotta get past this dog. How do we do that? Well, how do you deal with an animal? Through his stomach, like all men. That's how we take care of them. It's actually something that's kind of surprising for Fingus to do is like knock out the dog. But anyway, we need to do that one more time because I need to get Winkle to go over there. So yeah, that's kind of weird for Winkle to be like so aggressive like that, like to actually hit the dog. But I mean, he is a mean dog, and he's not letting us pass this guy. So you know, we need to do what we need to do. So okay. But anyway, we need to go to this hole here. Ta-da! So now we have a way back to there, so Fingus can get over there too. So, how are you supposed to know that going through a tree would open up a hole to get over here? Who knew? Yeah, I like how we popped up in different spots. So, all right. Let's have you go through the burrow. Yeah, this game has a nice little sense of humor when it comes to. It's just something simple, fun, you know, nothing too complicated. Boom, there you go. Okay, well, anyway. Okay, so now, what can we do with this wood pile? You are staring at it. You do not know what to do with a wood pile, my friend. How about you? You do not know as well? You're strange people indeed. How about you, John?
Please, nice giant, wake up!
He's like, that's... I do like the laugh that they use for Winkle. I don't know, just... Let's try Winkle, see what he does.
Come on, lazy head. Time to get up.
Yeah. But Fingus didn't laugh at this. Oh, there it is. Alright, so now we gotta wake up this giant to help us. So now, let's light a fire here. Well, like the saying with the dog, we need to get this guy to wake up. And like I said, the way to a man's heart is through his stomach. So let's cook him a meal to get him to wake up. So let's put an egg on the fire. Delicious. All right, he's kind of generally awake, so maybe we can talk to him now, huh?
Let us pass, please! Hey, Dumbo, just leave me alone. I'm trying to forget my hunger and thirst.
Oh yeah, the wizard did say something about or well, the instruction manual said something about everyone being hungry, and those dudes said something about being hungry. So maybe.
Ah! Come on, move, you big heap.
Okay, midget, but bring me some good booze first.
Didn't expect him to call him a midget. So anyway, all right. So we need to feed him. So here, give him a sausage. Here's some sausage. Yeah, are you still good? I mean, I know you said you were thirsty, but...
Ah! Come on, move, you big heap.
Okay, but bring me some good wine.
Yeah, he says good chow there. I think it's because he says that the other way. If you give him the wine, you basically have to give him wine.
Let us pass, please. Okay,
he's just reading
but bring
himself.
me some
Sorry.
good wine.
But yeah, it says chow there on the bottom, so sometimes it's kind of mix and match. But anyway, let's give him the wine too. And that's it. So yeah, he's knocked out, but he'll let us pass. So, but that's it for the first part of the game. Obviously there's multiple parts through the game, but I think each of my episodes we're just gonna cover the parts of the game. So I think there's like 7 parts in this game if I remember correctly. So each episode will be just me covering one section of the game, and that'll keep it a good bite size depending on how fast I get through it. So I hope you enjoyed the first episode of Goblins 2. I think I like this one a bit more than the previous game, just because there's a bit. I mean, yeah, the characters in the last game had a bit more personality, but in this one, Fingus and Winkle are clearly have an obvious personality, and they're a little bit more entertaining. But what happens from here? What awaits us in part 2? We'll find out next time in the next episode of Goblins 2. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.